Good morning. Mm. Just give me a minute to set up everything. Give me 1 minute. I hope I'm audible and the video is visible. No delay, I hope. It's a Zoom call. I like the fact that the replies are fast now. I had to wait like 30 seconds to 1 minute on YouTube. Okay, so the replies are good, fast. Okay, okay. It's been a while, like 1 week or so since the last live stream. Just give me a minute. Okay. Okay, so let's go. Let's begin. It's 9:47 a.m. right now. At 10 a.m. we have ISM news drive or something. It's a red event and an orange event combined. So we're expecting some kind of a volatility with that 10 a.m. news drivers. I see we have a new week opening gap here. Cool. But let's start with dollar index. Dollar index weekly chart. Yeah, we had this CB here on the weekly chart. This week we rammed up to the high of it, and now we have retraced, still inside of this weekly candle, last week's candle. So yeah, we also have this BC here, but I think we have used it pretty much. But I will still outline it because it is a weekly level. It will be used this week as well if it's supposed to. So let's outline it. I'm neither bearish nor bullish today because it's a Monday. We have a holiday tomorrow. So I'm expecting not much of volatility inside the markets today. maybe we'll have a small range day today. We have a big holiday tomorrow. It's Independence Day for American citizens. Yeah. Also, we're inside of this range right now. I can support a long, I can support a short. I mean, I can talk about a long, I can talk about a short on the higher time frames. So I don't have a very strong bias for dollar index right now. So let's go to the daily chart. These two are the weekly levels. So I'll just, maybe I'll not write it. It gets clustered. So yeah, you can see how we have respected the almost the high of this BC, sorry, the CB today itself. And we're back inside the range again. We have this bullish order block here. I'm watching the open of it and the high of it. These are the two levels that I'm watching of this bullish order block. I hope the stream is going good. I mean, when I do it after a long time, I get a little nervous or something. So if the stream is going good, can you say yes? Okay, going well. Thank you. So I just mark the two levels here, the high of this order block and the low and the open of this order block with horizontal raise. Maybe a little bit less dark. Mhm. Again, for bearishness, if it violates the mean threshold of this bullish order block, I think we can go below this low and maybe inside of this inefficiency again. And if this inefficiency resists price, these lows are next. I'll just mark out this inefficiency because it is far away. It won't mess with my lower time frames. That's why I'm marking it. So yeah, if we go below the mean threshold of this bullish order block, it can act as resistance and the next target will be here. And if we go below this, first it has to come down and fill it. And then we'll see if this supports price or if it doesn't support price. If it resists price, we'll look for these lows. And I mean, there's a beautiful pool of liquidity below these lows here. But that's a little too far-fetched for today. For today, we are inside of this candle, just the Friday's candle. And let's see on the low time frames now. Yeah, I think we're going to go for the open of the bullish order block. That can be possible today. So with midnight open, we rallied. Now we're declining. This can be termed as a Judas swing. Yeah, we have this inefficiency here, 1 hour, the hourly value gap, BC, and also we have sell side liquidity below the slow. So this can be targeted. We have small little fair value gap here. Let's go to the 15-minute. Yeah, again, I think we can retrace up to this fair value gap. And with this, we can move lower. I think that's enough marking for dollar index. I'm also watching this mitigation block. That's why I have denoted this fair value gap. And Daniel, I want you to think about why I called this a mitigation block. I know you're confused about this concept, but when you see the concepts live and watch it, you will get more understanding than anything else. Watch my cursor right here. You'll get it. We'll talk about it in our session someday again. Let's move on now. Just remind me to talk about this. If you can just screenshot this right now, I'll talk about it. So yeah, we had this huge BC here. We repriced to the to fill that BC. Now I think it's okay if we retrace up to this 15-minute fair value gap and the mitigation block. It's valid. I mean, it will be according to market structure. There won't be anything that is not finding words today. There won't be anything extraordinary about it. It's okay if it's retrace up to the 15-minute fair value gap here. Okay, let's do it quickly now. Let's go to the ESU 2023. Let's go to the daily chart or maybe the weekly again. Talking about this weekly chart a lot now. And just it's performing beautifully as exactly as we outlined every for the past 2 to 3 weeks. I think I started doing live streams when we were in this week. I called we're going to go for this inefficiency. Then I called that we may rebalance it, sell side, buy side, rebalanced, and then aside we have this small little fair value gap here on the weekly chart. And then last week we dipped down to the fair value gap. Then I said next target is this volume imbalance and the liquidity void. I think we just touched it last week on Friday, and that is pretty much been behaving as we are expecting it to. So it's good. It's been going good. So yeah, next is maybe this liquidity void. I will also have this consequent encroachment of the wick outline. I think that can be used for short-term resistance. Consequent encroachment of this wick. So yeah, dollars rallying, sorry, declining lower with the 10 a.m. news driver right now. It touched the high of the bullish order block that I outlined. I think it will go for the open of the bullish order block that I outlined at the beginning of the stream. So yeah, that can push indices higher. So yeah, this is the weekly chart for ES. Let's go to the daily. Large range day on Friday last week. We had pretty much a bullish week. On Monday, we went down into this daily fair value gap as well as the weekly fair value gap, taking out sell side, talking about this for a long time now. And then we had a bullish week. All four candles were green. It's a Monday. We have taken out buy side above this high. On last week, and we had a big candle. So yeah, not expecting much today. We also have a holiday tomorrow, and it's a widely celebrated holiday in the United States. So basically, money will not be active in the markets. Everyone will be having a huge weekend. So yeah, let's go to the RD now. I sound very sloppy today. So yeah, this when we were here, I was watching this level and it shot past it, and we took out buy side above this high, and I think we failed to touch it by a little bit. I think it will go up and touch it. That's what I think will happen again. The weekly the weekly volume balance, the yellow one outlined here. I think it's fair to say that it can do that today because it's not much of a range. Even if it's a small range day, it's small. The range is small from the current market price to this high. Sorry, the volume imbalance on the weekly chart. What is this? Okay, this is the ceiling. Okay. Let's go and take a look at Nasdaq as well. Nasdaq is currently at all-time high, around. It's going to make an all-time high. Wait a second. Yeah, it is, I think, at an all-time high right now. We also talked about this fair value gap taken going higher, I think. This fair value gap as well, weekly and daily combining, same fair value gap. So yeah, it's relatively weaker than ES. ES is moving much higher than Nasdaq. So we have buy side equity above this high. Let's outline the consequent encroachment of the wick as well. Can provide short-term resistance. Dollar just made an equal low with the sell side liquidity that I outlined. Equal low. I don't know why it's lagging right now. Is it lagging? No, seems good to me. There's a small little lag. I don't know why. So yeah, because we had a large range day yesterday, I mean on Friday, we should be absolutely nimble today in the morning session because everyone will chase it, especially after we have taken out buy side above this high. That was the high long back here somewhere. So yeah, we have taken out buy side. We had a very large range day yesterday, and we are inside what seems to me like a bull flag. Not me, the retail traders. They will think like we are having a bull flag right now. So it's very easy to get chopped up inside of this. So yeah, being nimble. Not expecting a large range in the morning session at least. And also not in the PM session because tomorrow is a holiday. Let's go to the 15. I see we have taken out sell side below this low. We made a wick. We have a New week opening gap here. I see the bodies are respecting it beautifully. Beautiful, beautiful. The body is respecting it. This candle right here respecting the high of it. We also have this inversion, the value gap. If it's supposed to go higher, this should act as an inversion. We have completely rebalanced it, in my opinion. So don't want this low to get broken again. This low right here. Nasdaq, Nasdaq did not fill the new week opening gap, while ES filled the new week opening gap, took out sell side even. Nasdaq just fell short right here and did not take out the new week opening gap. No, sorry, I didn't mean to say did not take out the new week opening gap. It didn't even fill it. Like it stopped right here and didn't even fill it and just went higher. So it made kind of an equal low with the new week opening gap. Not saying there is sell side liquidity below the open of Sunday 18 p.m. I'm saying that we have sell side liquidity below the low as well as the new week opening gap for Nasdaq. So like inefficiency plus liquidity. While ES has taken out the sell side liquidity below this low. So we don't have sell side objective for ES on this low, but if we go lower, I think this inefficiency right here on the 15-minute chart and plus the hourly inversion fair value gap is next. If we go below this low, or even this low actually, I don't want the low of this candle, the current forming 15-minute right now, to be taken out because we have an inversion fair value gap. And for bullishness, I think the target here. We'll see what we get. We will see what we get. Mindful about the fact of this bearish order block. Don't want the consequent, if it's bearish, don't want the consequent encroachment of this bearish order block to be violated. Sorry, the mean threshold of this bearish order block and the consequent encroachment of this fair value gap right here. If it's bearish, don't want it to be violated. It's better if we don't even, fill it and go lower. Like, don't even fill it, make it a breakaway gap and go lower. That's even better for bearishness. That means it's going to be much more speedy. I think Nasdaq has a better purpose for going lower than ES. But choppy, 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 choppy. It looks ugly. No inefficiencies. It's not even leaving any inefficiency. And we are expecting ugliness today. We are absolutely expecting it, especially in the AM. I think yes. I mean, it's obvious. Yes, it's too early to say anything. So I'll just keep my mouth shut and we will watch price. Now, if we do chop, I think this is a very great area to chop. Like if we are supposed to chop, which I'm absolutely being cautious about, that we may just chop in the AM session today. This is a pretty good area to chop at, like chop inside of this range. Dollar just made an absolute equal low the sell side liquidity that I had outlined, and it retraced a little bit more, like it made a big wick. I think this will be a torturous session. I see you defined level cap on the 5. I think you're talking about this Faveli cap. Yes, that's a refined one. But yeah, market as well. Absolutely. But even have the 15-minute as well, because that is the parent time frame. I'm going to mark this not as green, not as red, just as blue. So I want you to think about where are we inside of the dealing range right now? Why am I expecting it to chop? Why? You've taken out buy side above these highs at before the AM session began. You've taken out sell side with 930, and we're inside of this dealing range's equilibrium. Like this is the high of the dealing range, this is the low of the dealing range. You've taken out sell side, we've taken out buy side, and now we're in the middle of it. And also, where to price consolidate at equilibrium. For me to do anything, it has to at least do something below the, this consequent encroachment of the new week opening gap. Look how sloppy it's being. Big candle, immediately rebalanced. Now my soft bias is being, we can dip below. I like the fact about NQ. NQ may go for the new week opening gap. ES is already utilized this new week opening gap. It can go even below that, and but NQ can go, and it's going. I was watching if we get a fair value gap. Well, this candle was forming right now, and we didn't get a fair value gap. So this is invalid now. Tricky situation right now, very tricky. I mean, again, back inside. NQ looks stronger to me. I was thinking that we may go for the hourly fair value gap on ES. I'll show you this hourly fair value gaps, this little pissy here, and NQ may just get dragged along like the six sister for the sell side liquidity. But it looks like the stronger one. I mean, it definitely is the stronger one. I know that, but I was thinking that maybe with the drop in ES, there will be a much better drop if we drop in ES, but the six sister Nasdaq will be dragged along for the sell side liquidity and the new week opening gap. I like this area right here. But we are still inside of a range. Yes, I said that I don't want anything to do with it before the consequent encroachment of this new coupling gap. But did we get a body there? Look how fast we reacted off of that. That to me is just a stop hunt below these lows. Fair value gap looks like a 2022 model, doesn't it? Market structure shift, fair value gap. I think it can go higher, but it's very tricky. Like if we, I'm not comfortable with this long actually. Yes, I have a beautiful model right here, but no narrative behind it. Nothing. Let's see if it resists price now. I think the mitigation blocks that I outlined on dollar and the 15-minute fair value gap that is next. So that may push equities lower, below for sell side. No, 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 no. This is not good. Why it's not good? Because ES is doing something really opposite. I mean, nah. Even if it, no, no, not good. Not a good trade for me. Even I do think that we're going here. So now if we would have taken that trade, it would have delivered us 5 handles worth of profit. But no, shoot it, do whatever you want. I'm not taking it. How fast and beautiful that is actually looking. But yeah. So yeah, I do think sell side liquidity and the new week opening gap will be delivered. I wanted this for Nasdaq. SMT with ES, obviously. ES is the reason I didn't take this setup. So yeah, sell side delivery and new week opening gap will be delivered. Now, if you look at ES 1 minute chart, you will see a 2022 model, but do not take it. Do not take it. Small little buy side taken. Displacement, Beverly gap. Do not take it. If I would have taken that, which I said do not take it, I would have gotten off. I would have gotten stopped. Not now. My stop loss would have been above the mean threshold of the bearish order block. Okay, I'll talk. I'll show you. This setup right here. This is what I'm talking about. Do not take this. My stop loss, if I would have taken that, my stop loss would have been above this blue shaded, just at the mean threshold. I would have got it stopped out, or I would get stopped out after some little while. Fair value gap. I'm not taking this, I'm just measuring how much, points that is. Yeah, good. Made an equal low with the current low of the day. Okay, if you are wondering that if you would have taken this setup, it moved down. Don't think that we're having market structure shifts of fair value gaps here. We are basically just consolidating right now. You just focused too much if you're thinking that this is a setup, because it's not. We don't have any higher time frame narrative in this chart. We are basically inside of the 5-minute range still. This high to the low, this dealing range, we are basically inside at the equilibrium point and consolidating around the equilibrium point, up and down, up and down, up and down. So nothing here is a market structure shift, nothing here is a fair value gap. And again, if we would have taken this, again, we would have gotten 250, 5 handles worth of money, like in ES. Basically, 5 handles in ES is 12.5 handles in NASDAQ. So this is it. And sell side liquidity and new week opening gap in NASDAQ has been delivered. Next is consequent encroachment of it. Two setups in NASDAQ not executed on. Both setups yielding 5 handles worth, as I said, 12.5 handles in NASDAQ. So yeah. So if you would have taken 2 contracts here and 2 contracts here, that would have been $1,000. But no, not at all. So yeah, new week opening gap, consequent encroachment delivered. Yeah, I think let's do a little bit more. Should I continue the stream or is this enough for today? Yeah. Yeah, I think we delivered what you are. I think we, uh, got two setups and we tape read two setups, like two 5 handles worth. So I think that should be enough for today, right? We were looking for just one and we got two, so we should be happy now. Maybe see the PM. No, I'm not doing the PM. I'm just going to focus on the AM. For me, maybe I'll study it privately, like, but maybe and one more announcement, please keep your Discord notifications on, at least for my server, because I'm going to call everything that I'm watching. If I'm watching some, if I'm free, if I'm tape reading or maybe demo trading, I will, call the market like tweets. I don't want to tweet because I don't want my Twitter to be too much. I just want important things to be tweeted by me. Discord will be like my spam, not exactly a spam, but I will call the market there on Z calls. So yeah, maybe I'll tape read the PM and demo trade it, but live sessions, my main focus I want is to be the AM session. That's where I want to specialize in. So yeah, this should be it for today. Good evening. This should be it for today. We got two 5 handles. We tape read two 5 handles. I'm just going to call 5 handles in NQ as well. We know it's 12.5 handles, but yeah, we tape read two 12.5 handles in NQ. If we had done two contracts here, $500, and two contracts here, $500 here. So that would have been a hypothetical $1,000 we tape read, and we also should write when we are tape reading. Actually, not when we are tape reading. When you're tape reading, just tape read and analyze the market. But when you're done tape reading, you should, you know, mark your charts and screenshot it right here, like as it's delivering the low of the new week opening gap, and write things like the time of entry was 10:30 and it delivered in 1 minute. In 1 minute, you made $500. Then the time of entry here would be 10:34, and 1, 2, 3, 4. In 4 minutes, you got another $500. So in technically 5 minutes, you made $1,000. Just make it sweet and just make it cool. So yeah, that should be it for today. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in some other stream. Goodbye.